failure.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Kalpesh Patel, and I am blessed to be your host on tonight's Nuts and Bolts training. What is Nuts and Bolts all about? It's how you master the skills of professional entrepreneurs that build massive global empires. How about that? So if you'd like to be a professional entrepreneur that builds a massive global empire, you found yourself in the right place. You might be an old hat. You might be somebody that turns up to these week in, week out. Twice a week we run these sessions. You might be new. You just come on board recently and you want to learn. A friend of yours has invited you to come and find out about this whole new world to you, or maybe it's an old world to you, but this whole world where there's possibility to do extraordinary things, but most people don't know this world exists. Most people don't know it exists. A handful of people think they understand it. So they know it exists, but they don't understand it. All right. So there's a handful of people, maybe about 10% of the planet, that think they understand it. And I'll say it's probably about 10% of those that actually understand it. All right. So it's not new. It's, like it's age old, right? It's really an age old profession. But in the current format that it's been delivered to us in, it's probably 60, 70 years old. All right. And it's the profession of referral marketing. That's it. Simple. The ability to build an empire by recommending great products, services, concepts, ideas, etc. That's it. Now, people fumble around with this concept, but if I strip it right down to its bare bones, what's so rocket sciencey about that? Nothing. There's nothing rocket science about building an empire if you are building something that's based on, hey, I love that restaurant. You should go eat there too. Is that difficult? Have you ever done that before? Have you ever had a really lovely meal somewhere and gone, oh my goodness, I went to the most amazing restaurant and, I want to take you there, or you should go there. I do it all the time. All right. All the time. So it's natural. And people don't freak out when I say that either, because I'm excited. I'm passionate. I'm very clear that I love it. And I'm clear that I want them to go and check it out. That works. I'm the same when I see a movie that I love. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you haven't seen such and such, you need to go and check it out. It's amazing. I'm not fearful. I'm not crawling around trying to work out what words I'm going to use, how I'm going to say it. There's no strategy. It's just sharing. I'm equally comfortable sharing about anything, like a country that I've been to. Oh my God, have you been to such and such country? It's amazing. You should go there. And I'm equally comfortable saying, oh my God, have you seen this concept? Check it out. Have you seen this company? Check it out. Look what they're doing. And look how you can get involved and benefit from it. Come play with me. Done. So then I sit there and observe how people struggle with that simplicity. So again, it's because in your brain, if you're struggling with connecting with people and inviting people, it's because you have it in your head differently to how it actually is. That's all. Can you see the misdirection? Can you see the confusion? That's why your behavior pattern changes when you start sharing about the opportunity. You start fumbling around, you start searching for words, you're looking for a strategy, you're asking your sponsor, you're asking your leaders, you're asking your uplines, what do I say? How do I say it? When should I say it? Who should I say it to? And you make it all this other thing. Can you see? What if there was none of that necessary? You spend half your time trying to get over the noise that you create. Nobody else created that, right? Your upline didn't do that to you. Neither did their upline, or neither did any leader or any company. Nobody did that to you. You do that to yourself. I hope this is making sense to you guys. If you grasp this, you'll grasp everything. The only person that can create that break in understanding or connection is ourselves, right? When we have a conversation with ourselves, that is different to the fact. The fact is you're part of something great and you want to share it with others. That's it. That's the fact. The noise is everything you add to that. And that everything you add to that is nonsense. Because when you share about a movie or a meal or a country, where you've loved your experience, do you sit there and go, oh, what if they don't like it? What if they go to the restaurant and don't like it? What are they going to say about me? What if they travel to that country and they don't like it? What are they going to say about me? What if they read that book and they don't like it? What if they watch that movie and they don't like it? No, you don't do that, do you? You freely recommend it and let them decide how they want to feel about it. Don't we? That's what we do. Do we get upset if they don't get to go to the restaurant? Do we get upset if they don't go to the movie? Do I get upset if they don't come to Zoom? No, it's not my business. Why would I want to do that? But people do that, don't they? Have you ever been upset because you invited somebody, they didn't show up? Show me your hands. Who's felt upset about that? Right. Yeah, we do that to ourselves. Can we see? It's a self-created conversation. So this whole journey of mastering this profession is so simple, and yet it's so long. And the reason it's such a long journey for so many is because we operate from a place of fear and ego and judgment. And you can sit there and analyze where all that comes from. All right. Where does the fear, the judgment, the stories, the noise, the resistance, where does that all come from? And there's lots of different sectors it can come from. It could be that you did something before that didn't work, and now you're judging yourself for trying. Goodness, what a burden to carry. What a burden to carry that you one day decided to be an entrepreneur and build an empire and create a better life for yourself. Something didn't work and you carry that cross around for the rest of your life. Wow, that's a punishment, isn't it? And by the way, nobody's punishing you. Nobody's punishing you other than yourself. Can you see that? Everybody's moved on except for you. Goodness. See what I'm talking about? Everybody moves on apart from you. And then if you do come out again out of your shell to have another go, but if you're carrying the cross around, you're never going to inspire anyone to do anything, because people are looking at you going, I don't want to walk around with a big, massive cross on my shoulder. Who wants to do that? If you're light, if you're free, if you've got a spring in your step, a twinkle in your eye, a smile at the corner of your cheeks, then people are going, oh, wow, I want what you got. I want to do what you're doing. I want to know what world you're living in. Tell me. So we've got to forgive ourselves. If you've experienced something yourself and it restricts you, if you experience something that didn't work out, it's okay. There's probably 1 out of 1,000 entrepreneurs that hasn't experienced failure before they've experienced success. I'd say maybe 1 in 1,000. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because I'm not that naive. Of course, there are going to be entrepreneurs that chose something, got it right the first time and smashed it out the ballpark and retired within a few years of doing something right. First time. Does happen, but it's a freak occurrence. That's not the norm, right? 999 out of every 1,000 entrepreneurs will have made a real mess along the way and finally work stuff out for themselves, all right? So forgive yourself. And here's the most important part. Forgive yourself quickly. Boom. What a concept. One of my favorite sayings around forgiveness is Mark Twain's little poetic sentence. And he says, forgiveness is the scent the flower leaves behind on the shoe that crushed it. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? Forgiveness is the scent that the flower leaves behind on the shoe that crushed it. Some of you were crushed along the way. And it's okay to have that be a positive thing. It's okay to have a good scent around that. versus a stinky one. All right. Some of your version of forgiveness, you're leaving the scent of shit on people on your shoe, right? On your own shoe. How about it's the scent of a flower instead? Give yourself a break. Stop giving yourself a hard time. Stop talking yourself down for trying. I respect people that have tried and failed a million times more than righteous people that have never done anything worth doing in their life, other than sit there and judge people that try. How about that? I know what side of the fence I'm on in that world every day of the week. I'll back the person that tried and failed 1,000 times over the person that's never done anything every day of the week. How about that? So you ready to forgive yourselves? Who's ready to forgive themselves? We ready? Good. You got to do that if you're going to give yourself a big break, right? You got to let go of any burden that you're carrying, any pain that you're still holding on to, any historical nonsense that you still got going on, let it go. All right. Very, very powerful, powerful tool. The other common reason why people hesitate, second guess themselves, doubt themselves, operate in fear is because they've heard about something. My mum told me about my aunt's gran in 1970 who tried something and that never worked out. And that's why I'm never going to try anything for the rest of my life. Like somebody else's fear is your fear. Somebody else's failure is your fear. All right. So the first category is that you've experienced failure firsthand and have fear of your own failure. The second one is you've never even experienced it yourself, but you've heard somebody through the grapevine somewhere along the way. My grandmother's kitten got stuck in a washing machine, and that's why I'm never going to use a washing machine. What? What are you talking about? Do you see how ludicrous it is? Where people get their ideas from. I read something in a newspaper about pyramid schemes, and therefore I'll never do those things. What? Like, at least if you're going to say something, have it be educated, right? Can you see the ludicrousness of the kind of space people come from? The mental capacity is completely lost. Like what we're capable of thinking is completely lost in these basic common sense scenarios. So watch out for that, right? So you wouldn't be here if that's you, but you're going to come across that. You're going to come across people that fear something that's not even ever happened to them, but they've just heard about something through the grapevine. And you need to be able to say, hold on a second, Leonard, are you telling me that you won't come check something out because you don't understand it? What? That is not where I had you. I don't believe that you would refuse to look at something because you don't understand it. You're not that guy for me, surely. You're not that guy for yourself. And then leave it at that. Mic drop. Walk away. Like, Dizzy, are you serious? Your cousin's best friend got caught out in some dodgy deal, and because of that, you're not going to listen to your best friend about something that's phenomenal? That's not where we're at, is it? Because if it is, I need to reevaluate where I had you in my diary of friendships. Call it out. No fear, right? Like, Latanya, seriously, you're telling me that you think I'm doing a dodgy pyramid scheme and you haven't even looked at what I want to show you? Is that where we're actually at? Nah, I don't believe we are. We're way past that kind of nonsense, surely. Can it be as matter of fact as that? Yeah, it can. Or it can be really complicated. It can be like, oh my God, Latanya, yeah, sorry for disturbing you. And yeah, you know what? Maybe it's not for you. I'm really sorry that I approached you. I'm going to run away off the phone and not call anybody else ever again because you just refuse to come to Zoom and check out what I'm doing. Oh my God, I'm going to destroy my whole future, my opportunity, everything that I dreamt about yesterday because my brother or my sister or my cousin or my friend rejected me today, because they didn't understand, because they haven't educated themselves. They haven't picked up the knowledge. Wow. So be mindful of that, right? So you got to, first of all, forgive yourself. Then you got to forgive the people that, again, nobody can steal this from you other than you, but people can say stuff and do stuff. And if you're not congruent and solid in yourself, then you will steal it away from yourself because of a third party. All right. So first you'll steal it away from yourself. Once you've overcome yourself, then you'll steal it away from yourself because of somebody else. That's like next level. Like, what are you even talking about? How important was your dream really, right? That's the real test. You came in here all guns blazing. You gave me the full 9 yards about how you want to improve your life and create a better future. And the first boo, and you jumped in the closet, locked the door and threw the key away. What was that all about? Come on. You're going to have to develop a little bit more resilience than that. You're going to have to be a bit more thick-skinned. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to be a professional, if you want to succeed in building an empire, then you're going to have to get a little bit stronger than that. All right. So you're building up your strength, your inner strength all the time. Deal with yourself, then deal with the others. And then position yourself. Make a decision early on. How much of a leadership role do you want to take on? And based on that, educate yourself. Do you want to be a top leader in the company? Do you want to be a top leader in your country? Do you want to be a top leader in your postcode? Decide. Do you want to be a top leader in your family? And you might grow. You might start off being one of those and then decide you want to go to the next stage. But decide early what level of leadership you want to take on and then start leading from that position. And leading means, and I might use the wrong word, so forgive me if I do, but it's kind of like leading is like stepping on higher ground. Not like you're better than others, but you know more than others. You got to get above the noise if you're going to influence others to rise up with you, right? I love the phrase, we rise by lifting others, but you can't lift anyone if you're on the same ground as them. Hello? You cannot lift anyone anywhere if you're standing on the same ground. Lifting by definition means that you got to step above. You got to go climb to new heights so you can then pull other people up with you. Does that make sense? We rise by lifting others. Beautiful. But first you got to make sure that you got somewhere to lift them to. So gain the knowledge, empower yourself, understand the vision, understand the big picture, understand what you've got your hands on, become congruent, become conversant, become comfortable, become competent, become confident. Then watch what happens. It's magical. Because most people are not leaders. Out of 1 million people that opted into 2.0, there are 1,000 here and I don't know how many on overflow. All right. So just to put that into context, 1% of 1 million is 10,000. So you're like part of the 0.1% in the entire company. Wow. Congratulations. I'm excited. Give yourselves a round of applause. You deserve it. You're part of the top 0.1% just by showing up. You've given yourself an advantage. You've lifted yourself to a higher ground. So now when you go into the marketplace, you can already add value to the conversations that you're having, whether it's with people in your organization or people that are going to come into your organization in the future. You've already added to your well of knowledge and understanding so that when you're out there having a conversation, you've already got the edge. That's going to help you get rid of some of the fear that you might be holding on to, because you can already add value in any conversation. And in life, people that add value in conversations get ahead. That's simple. If you can learn to add value, then you'll find people that want to listen. Have you ever been around people that when they start talking, you want to leg it? Who's ever been around those kind of people? You want to get the hell out of there. Anyone had that experience before? Yeah. Those are people that don't bother working on themselves. So whatever they're saying comes out as not adding value, but taking value away. And there are people that are attracted by that conversation well, because everything is in levels, right? Everything is in levels. There are people that enjoy, for example, gossip. Me, I can't stand it. But there are people that enjoy that. They love it. That's their frequency. So some people are lifted by gossip. So there are people that master the profession of gossip. And when they speak, they have their own followers that buy into their noise, right? So everything's levels. You got to decide what level you're going to play at. Like when somebody brings gossip to me, I love doing this. Some of you heard me say that before, right? I will straight away say, right, let's call that person. Let's get it flat right now. And the person that brings the gossip, they shit their pants and they run away because they don't want to make that call. They just wanted me to enjoy a little bit of bullshit with them. I don't do that. So you bring a complaint to me, we're going to resolve it. We're going to speak to the person you got a problem with and get it flat. Oh no, don't tell them. Then why are you telling me? Why are you wasting my time and your breath? I'm not interested. Come to me when you want to sort it. If you don't want to sort it, keep it to yourself. Got to make some decisions, right? So now people know they don't bring that nonsense to me. And if they do, they know that it's going to get resolved. So I get people that are committed to getting stuff resolved, and then we get stuff resolved very quickly. It doesn't take long. When somebody's committed to resolving something, it doesn't take long. If they're not committed to resolving something, it takes a lifetime. So start finding your own power by deciding who you are and the level you want to play at. Like you can take yourself as far up the levels as you want when you start having this kind of conversation with yourself. All right. Like, who are you for you? Who are you for those that you're leading? All right. For me, I made a decision 27 years ago that I was going to spend the rest of my life telling people about this amazing concept. And that's why I love doing this, right? Because it's like, until you find me something better to do, I can't think of a better thing to do than to share an opportunity for people to empower themselves with phenomenal information, knowledge, self-awareness, personal development, growth, and get paid for doing that, for taking on that path. Are you kidding me? It doesn't get better than that. Come and join me. We'll grow together. And by the way, the more you grow, the more you're going to get rewarded. I'm in. What a great measure. The more you grow, the more you get rewarded. All right. Financial rewards, one component. The rewards are infinite. Once you've got the financial reward sorted out, then what? It's the reward of what you put into your organization, what you put into the people, stuff that will stay there forever. There are people that have sat in my events from 27 years ago that talk about it today. How about that? There are people that have attended my events 2.5 decades ago that speak about those events till today. That's not monetary. Can you see what I'm saying? The rewards are infinite when you understand the power of what we are able to do for people. So number one is fall in love with the industry, fall in love with the idea, the concept. I love it when people go, oh, but it's not network marketing. You are full of shit. It means you didn't understand what network marketing is. Oh, it's not MLM. What are you talking about? This is the purest form of MLM there is. What does MLM even stand for? Do you know? Because you wouldn't say it's not MLM if you understood what MLM was, would you? Surely not. You're showing your ignorance. MLM stands for multi-level marketing. Are we marketing something? Yes. Do we get rewarded on more than one level? Yes. Hello, that's multi-level marketing. And when you tell yourself and others it's not, you're full of. Can you see? How can you ever lead anyone if you can't come to terms with what you're up to in the world, if you're ducking and diving and hiding and pretending, bullshit, it's all nonsense, because you haven't dealt with your conversation in here. Oh no, I did MLM before, but this isn't that. Yes, it is. You need to deal with the fact that you did it before and you've got some pain around that. Deal with that. Don't pretend this isn't that. It is. It's exactly that. It's network marketing. Network marketing. Are we marketing something? Yes. Are we building a network when we market it? Yes. Guess what? Hate to break it to you. You're in network marketing. Your worst nightmare just came true. You thought you signed up to something that wasn't network marketing, and you came to training and suddenly you found out, oh my goodness, here we go. You need to deal with that. If you've got a problem with network marketing, you are never going to make anything work in this space long term. You can't. How can you lead others in something you don't believe in? I fell in love with network marketing. I fell in love with multi-level marketing. I fell in love with this idea, this concept 27 years ago. And I love it today as much as I loved it 27 years ago. Can you see that? Can you feel my passion when I speak about this? Who feels my passion when I speak about it? The question is, do people feel your passion when you speak about it? Can you see? There might be a gap there that you can grow into. When you show up and you open your mouth, are people inspired? Are they attracted to you? Are they curious? Are they in growth mode? Are they in learning mode? Are they in I want to do what you're doing mode? Or are they repelled? Are they running away? Are they avoiding you? There's always going to be a percentage that run away. Right? I'm not talking about the small percentage. I'm saying, generally speaking, are you able to inspire? I can talk about this subject all day in any audience, and I know a large percentage will be inspired, however negative they might be. I have turned anti-MLM, anti-network marketing people around over a half an hour conversation because of my passion and in-depth knowledge and understanding and commitment to the conversation. How about you could do that? Who's up for playing that game? Anyone? Join me in playing that game. That's transformational. There's no fear there. You come to me with whatever nonsense you want. It's nothing compared to what I know. Get yourself in that position. Call it what you want. I'll tell you what it is. How about that? Call it what you want. I'll tell you what it is. Versus somebody calls it what they want and you shit your pants. Oh no, Calps, they called it a pyramid scheme. They are going to do that. Oh no, they said it was a Ponzi. Yeah, you're going to get that as well. Somebody told me it's a scam. See, if you're not clear about it yourself, that's going to throw you off balance. You're going to fall off your bike. You're going to get hurt because you didn't read around the subject. You didn't get to grip with what it is. You didn't acknowledge and own the space you're in. You're embarrassed by it. Part of you is embarrassed that you're in network marketing. Like, if you're not willing to call it what it is, you've got more problems than you might realize, right? Skirting around it. It's all pretending. It's all lies. It's all nonsense. Own it. Be proud. I'm a proud professional network marketer, wherever I'm in the world. People say, Couch, what do you do? I help people get their life to the next level. That's what I do. I'm that matter of fact about it. That's what I do. I empower people around the world to take their life to the next level. How'd you do that? Glad you asked. Let's have a sit down. Let's have a chat about that. Could it be that easy and simple? Yeah, it is. Actually, it is. Right? It's not even like, could it be? It's that simple if you want it to be. So these are the background, if you like, conversations that drive the foreground when you're out there in the field, speaking to people, sharing with people, whether it's one or many. It's the stuff that's going on in the back of your mind that shows up. It's not the PowerPoint. It's not the recorded presentation. None of that matters if you're on your back foot. Some will come in just because they were already going to come in anyway. You cannot take any credit for that. You can't big yourself up because somebody who's looking for an opportunity bumped into your second guessing, doubtful, back-footed approach, but loved it, saw it, got involved, and took advantage of the situation. You can't take credit for that. That's going to happen anyway. Just like people are going to walk away, however great it is. That's going to happen anyway. Both sides of the spectrum happen. I'm talking about the thick part in the middle that you get to influence, where you can take credit, where you get them over the line, where your knowledge, your awareness, your commitment, your conviction, your understanding, your awareness, your power, all of that shows up. And they go, do you know what? I didn't fully grasp it, but I can see you're doing this and you're doing it with or without me. And I'd rather you did it with me than without me. Let's go. We'll work the details out later. I'm in. That's the bit I'm talking about. I'm in, Kalps. I'm in, Paul. I didn't get it fully. I've got blockchain crypto is a bit beyond me, but your passion, your enthusiasm, your commitment, your understanding, I believe that together we can move forward. I believe that you can teach me what I need to learn and show me the way, show me the ropes. Let's do this. And that becomes a different kind of conversation, right? Because it's about you and them. So another word that people use is relationship marketing, right? We often say people buy you more than they buy the concept. How you show up makes a massive difference in how they respond. Your congruency will oftentimes be the difference between them saying yes and them going, oh, I'm not sure, and talking themselves out of it. Like literally, people will lean on your clarity, your power. That becomes the magnet. Ever heard of attraction marketing? That's what I'm teaching you right now. Become so attractive to the prospect that they can't help but want to be in your space and follow your lead. How about that? Details don't matter. Nobody needs to understand everything to make the decision I'm talking about. I often say people are in before I even show them the presentation when I speak to them. How's that possible? How can somebody be in before they see the presentation? Because I get them that excited and that curious in terms of what's in it for them if they're able to see what I'm about to show them. That showing them is a formality. Can you see that? By the time you have had a decent conversation with people, they can be so fully qualified and ready, it's almost incidental what shows up on the presentation. They've already made their mind up that they love the concept. They love the idea of working with you and moving their life forward together. And they can believe and trust in your ability to help them move their life to the next level. Like, is that how you're showing up? Would you believe in you if somebody showed up the way you showed up? Do you see what I'm saying? If somebody showed up in your life the way that you show up in other people's lives, would you believe in you? Become that person. It's a journey. Take the journey on. It's a really amazing journey to take on. So that's today's talk, perfectly on time. I'm going to come back into the room with you guys. Let's see who we got. Sonia, how are we doing, hon? Go for it.
Hey, Kalpesh, how's it going?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm amazing too. And
Tell me
when
what
you're
you learned
talking about,
today. Tell me what you're going to take away from today.
well, I got a scenario. Well, it's not a scenario. Something happened yesterday. A gentleman came in, and I was, because I'm at work, so I, gave him an opportunity. He was so excited. I went to call it, from now on, I call and check to make sure I have the right number instead of just sending things out. I called this person. Oh, I don't know you. I said, oh, okay. So what I did, I sent a text. I said, well, this gentleman came in and I offered him this magnificent opportunity, and I like to send them the information. He said, no thanks. I said, okay, well, you have a blessed day. And 10 minutes later, someone else came in and he was visiting from Florida. So he was all hyped and everything. He said, well, let me give you my girlfriend's number because I don't have a phone. I said, well, okay. And she replied back. So one negative, one positive.
Boom. And that's it. When you can just have that detached relationship to outcomes, it makes playing the game so much easier, right?
Right. And listening to you, you just helped me 100 and plus.
Love it. Well, that's great to hear, man. Just keep on doing the great stuff that you're doing. Lovely, lovely.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And you keep doing what you do too.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Kalpesh. All right. Love you.
You too. Danielle, how we doing?
Great. And you know what? I just have to say that Landmark is insane for not letting you. Unbelievable. You're such a form leader. Okay. So oh my God, I'm part of something great and I want to share it. You know what? I share anything and everything that's great in my life.
Right.
It's just so simple. And it's just about, if I share it, it's just about numbers anyway. So it's so simple. Thank you so much for that.
Love
and
it.
The other thing, there's one more thing. You know what? I can't remember. So thank you. Just that alone was amazing for me. Simple.
Wonderful. There you go. The takeaway, the nugget. Always find something. Well done. Kojo, how are you, brother?
Hello, Kalpesh. Thanks.
Hey.
I mean, today, how are you anyway? You
Amazing.
Good?
Thank you. Yeah.
Good. I just thought I'd model your hairstyle today. And wear that.
Oh, I love it. Look at that. I'm in.
Yeah. Anyway, today you've given a lot of nuggets on leadership. Yeah, it started off with fear. And that in itself is, of course, a huge subject. So the idea that people are just afraid to share, because we're dealing with minds, and I tend to think that, okay, why are people afraid to share? Of course, you gave great examples. We go to a great restaurant, we share. We want to share. In fact, we can't wait to get out and go and share, right? Sometimes, actually, these days on social media,
straight away, right?
People are photographing the food and actually sharing, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting in itself. So why then, when it comes to something even better than that, helping people change their lives, get tongue-tied, all sorts of things. I mean, I've got people who all of a sudden, they're actually standing at a party, but they only know 2 people when I've asked them to make a list. Very interesting. Like, dude, standing at a party, hundreds of people around, but he only knows 2 people. But anyway, so that in itself always gets me thinking that maybe the perception that people have of network marketing, referral marketing, is that they're trying to get people to come and do something for them. And you've mentioned some really, really powerful things today. You said, when asked, you say, I help people get their lives to the next level. Yeah. So actually the help is actually going outwards. It's not coming to you. So if we could only just help first convince ourselves that actually we're doing people a favor, not the other way around.
Yes.
Okay. So this idea that we're actually helping others to help themselves. In some cases, we're literally holding people's hands through the journey, etc. And I just think it's powerful. And so words that I like to remove from the equation, and sometimes I hear it on these calls that people say recruit. Maybe words like recruit reinforce the idea that we're trying to get somebody to come and do something for us. So refer is a good one, you use that. And maybe recruit is probably the strongest, that says, oh, I need to recruit people for my benefit. No, we're not. We are helping people.
But you know what? Even there, like getting caught up on words, I do a whole section on that as well. Like how we get caught up on the small stuff. Right? Like some people say, oh, I don't call it down line, I call it success line. I don't care what you call it. What's more important is how you treat them, right? You can call it what you want, but if you treat them shit, then the words don't matter, right? So yeah, again, it's like it's in the being, like who are you when you're showing up, right? I can recruit people comfortably. Connection come back. It was me. Can you hear me, Kojo?
Yes, I can. I mean,
I was just saying that I can recruit comfortably,
sure,
but that's because I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it a pyramid, you can call it a Ponzi, you can call it a scam, call it what you want. And when you're done doing your thing, I'm going to show you what it is. So I choose not to get affected with the words. You can call it downline, you can call it success line, you can call it team, you can call it whatever you like. Once all of that's said and done, I want to know how you show up. That's more important, right?
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
But yeah, I get it. Sometimes people have connotations with stuff, but yeah, we can get rid of those connotations as well. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, there was one last thing though, that that was said. You rise by lifting others, and I also think, I mean, that's a great leadership, I think, tip in itself. You can only give, you can't give what you don't have. You can only lift people if you're on higher ground. Yeah. So it kind of led me to think, because I've got to think about these things for myself, right? To my own self-development, and saying that, okay, so you want to get to V5. If they gave you Kalpesh's group at this point, would you be able to handle it? Answer is no. So, yeah, facts, right? So this is the beauty that
there's always a gap.
Which you bring to that. You say, look, network marketing is so beautiful. It's like holding a mirror to your face. Okay, that's the beauty of this thing. Yes. And so what does that mean? That means you've got to grow to the level on so many fronts so that when you are handed a V5 group, say a Sharon's group or what, you can actually handle it. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave the field to other people.
Thank you. And you know what you're sharing is just kind of triggering something in my mind along the lines of, it's the opposite of, they say the universe will only give you problems it knows you can handle.
Yes.
It's almost like the opposite is also true.
Yes.
It will only give you opportunities it knows you can handle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you for that, Kojo. Loving it. Leonard, how you doing, buddy? Go ahead and unmute yourself, please. Oh, sorry. Can you unmute yourself?
I did. There it is.
Gone.
I got it. Hey, last week, you mentioned kick ass. You are kicking ass this morning. Well, morning here, evening there, I guess. These aren't nuggets, Kalpesh. These are freaking jewels. I just hope that the people here that are new to this environment really appreciate what they're getting for free. Yeah, this is top level stuff. We talked about Landmark, we talked about the top stuff. This is the top stuff. Thank you for that. My one personal comment that I took away from, there were so many, so I'm just going to summarize it by saying, thank you for the reminder, one of my favorite words, and that's posture. I think posture will probably just do away the fear right off the bat. Thank you.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Leonard. And yeah, it's a big one. Like really, make sure that you've got your backbone solidly in place. And then when you speak, people are going to want to know what you're talking about. Fantastic. Dizzy, look at this VIP 5-star crew right here. Dizzy and Sue. And I'll mute you both at the same time because you can handle it.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Wherever you are in the world.
Wow, look
It's almost like you practiced that beforehand, man.
You know, the funny thing was, I spoke to Sue earlier before, and I said, I wonder what he's going to talk about today. Because I was thinking, because whenever you do a nuts and bolts, before nuts and bolts starts and before leadership starts, I always wonder if I get asked to be in place, what am I going to talk about? That's just
on standby.
Yeah, because I've learned on this journey, when you've called me as a backup, it's a big backup. It's a big thing to have. So for me,
and you fill the boots nicely.
But I always have that in the back of my mind. So today, when I said to Sue, I said, I wonder what he's going to talk about today. And you knocked it out of the park. You always do it the way you do it. So I have full faith. Amazing stuff you shared today. It's funny what you talked about, attraction marketing, where I normally get my car washed. I'd always see this guy, and he's become my mate now. He's got an optician's, and he knows I'm doing something. He doesn't know what it is. And we've been seeing each other. I didn't even take his details. I knew where his opticians were. He personalized some of my frames for me, and he's really good. And I now joined a new gym, and he just happens to be in that gym. And he's like, all right, Dizzy, how are you? Anyway, so I went to see him at his shop yesterday, and he goes, listen, whatever it is you're doing, I want in. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what it is. He goes, look, I like your energy, Dizzy. I seem to trust you. He goes, I like what you do, but I don't know what you do, but I want in. So I said, right, give me your number now. Come on. And let's do this. So I want to acknowledge you for always delivering like the postman.
Can it really be that easy?
Well, it is, because look, like you said, people share. It's funny, one of my dentist friends, he's come in passive, and he came in with a big lump, and he's been in for almost a year now. And I said to him, why don't you share it? And he goes, I don't want to. I said, look, the only reason you don't want to share it is because you have some doubt. Yeah, you don't believe in it, which is why you're not telling nobody. You haven't even told your missus. What's going on there? So you hit the nail on the head. Anything you love and care, you enjoy, you always share.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So
thank you, Dizzy.
Hand it over to Sue.
Amazing. Thank you, Dizzy, for sharing that. So firstly, I just want to say thank you, Kalpesh, for joining our leaders call yesterday. And, you know, it's just really awesome. After you left, we spoke about the 5 levels of leadership by John Maxwell.
All right.
And it was just so incredible to go through that, you know, and it was just so aligned with the conversation that you're having today about leadership and how you're showing up, you know. Wow. And I just want to share with you what it says about the highest level of leadership on his model. Yeah, it says the highest and most difficult level of leadership is the pinnacle. People at level 5 develop people to become level 4 leaders. They create opportunities that other leaders don't. People follow them because of what you are and what you represent. They create legacy on what they do. And what I really loved about that is, like, you know, it's so easy to get caught up in, like you said, what other people are saying, and you get sucked into their way of being, right? That you just forget, like, to stay in your lane, you know, and like whatever your visions are and whatever you want to create, like you just forget about that in that moment, and you kind of divert to something else, like you go via something. So as a leader who wants to really create a legacy, like you got to be really true to who you are and stand for what it is you stand for, and show people, you know, well, not show people, but be that, you know. You know, you talk about Landmark, right? And, you know, one of the things that, you know, I really got from Landmark is it's all in your being, you know, you know, that creates everything else. You know, it's not the doing and it's not the having, it's just, it's creating from your being. And it's like, what does your being stand for? How does your being show up? So a really awesome conversation today. And also, I just want to say I've got people ranking up in my team this last week, which is phenomenal.
Wow, I know.
You know, so
Smashing
people
it.
are just so excited. They're so excited. They're ranking up. And, you know, with everything that is going on. And, you know, that's the kind of energy that we've got in our team right now, which is incredible.
Absolutely. What you focus on expands.
For
Literally.
real.
How about that? If you focus on your vision, if you focus on your growth, if you focus on nurturing your team, training your team, leading your team, guess what? They pop ranks, your organization grows in all weathers. Isn't that interesting? Through all storms. Is it possible to rank up during a storm? 100% yes. How do we know? Because people are doing it every day. Simple as that. Is it possible not to rank up in a storm? 100%. How do we know? Because there are people that are not ranking up during a storm. And all of that boils down to your focus. So perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Both mega leaders, mega rock stars, mega producers, and mega producers of leaders. I love that, what you just said there. You know, a level 5 leader produces level 4 leaders, right? Or in our world, a VIP 5 leader produces VIP 5s. How about that? I'm in. Angela, how are we doing? Go for it. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello, good evening. Have good evening, Kalpesh.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm so happy I'm here. I'm here again. every week I'm again.
Early hours of the morning. What's the time there?
Yeah, time there is 9:24 p.m.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, it's night.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well
yes,
done.
yes. Yes, I just want to share. I have a prospect too today. The one is positive, successful, and the other one is say to me, you scammer. I said, oh really? He said, I want to pinch on your eyes. I said, oh, spit on your eyes. Oh my God.
Look at that.
I said, okay, it's up to you. You don't believe it? It's up to you. And then I ignore him. And I block him because it's too much bad word to say to me.
Of course.
Oh my
Can you imagine? Like, you show somebody an opportunity that can transform their life forever, and their response, or it's not a response, it's a reaction. Their reaction is to want to spit in your eyes. Just shows you the frequency, right? So blocking, certainly with that kind of language, blocking is the perfect action for sure. Sometimes people are worth recovering and educating and giving knowledge and information to others. They're so far away. You have to let them go through a bit more of a journey before you give your energy to them. So well done for handling that the way you did.
Yeah, but it's good. One is positive, successful. He's already signed in. He's already signed in. Tomorrow he send it to money. Yeah.
I love
and then
that.
Thank you. And then I want to thank my mentor. Not forget my mentor.
Yes.
All my big mentors, Volker and Derek and Boris, Sir Boris and Sir Nicolas. Yeah, there's too much amazing. There's too amazing mentor. Even you.
Bless you.
You.
I love it.
I believe you. I respect you. Both of
bless.
you. Yeah.
Thank you, Angela. And I love the fact that you shared both sides of the coin there at the same time. I love the fact that you're experiencing it together and you handled both of those really gracefully. I love it. Thank you. What a great example to everyone.
Need a long patience. Need a long patience to invite. Yeah, to share it. Yeah. By the way, I'm from Philippines.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing. Look at that.
Thank you.
Love it. Latanya, how are you?
I am fantastic, sir. And I am just in awe of you. Every time I get on here, I think I've heard the best already, but then you say something that just penetrates right into my life. So thank you for keeping up the levels. You keep moving up the levels. You said, just say, hey, take a look at this company I found. I love it. And I put my own spin on it. You should too. Hello?
What's going on here? Something just happened to the screen. Let me just see.
Yeah,
You
we
are
can hear you.
editing. Oh, I think somebody's stop participants sharing. There you go. Somebody was sharing their screen there by accident somehow. Never mind. Sorry, carry on.
Okay, I still can't see you, but I can
Oh,
hear
can you not? Can anyone else see me? Yep, everyone can. So Latanya,
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there you
It's
go. Okay.
it was just a little slow coming
Yep.
through to me.
No worries.
But just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank God for you. And I've been doing personal development for decades, and I am just grateful that I can still learn so much. What the nugget today was a self-confession that apparently I have a little embarrassment about network marketing because I share easily the way you demonstrated about movies, about restaurants. Today, I was on the phone with my spiritual mentor, shared with her a link to a health guy that I'm following. And I haven't talked to her yet about hyperverse. So I'm like, well, why am I not comfortable enough to talk to her about hyperverse? In my head, I'm thinking I got to find the right words. I got to be able to come at her a certain way. But apparently there's something in there I got to look at about what I'm thinking about being in network marketing. And there are past failures for me. So I know that's one area. But thank you for just holding the mirror up to us and pushing us to go to another level. I am grateful for that. Beautiful. And I appreciate you. I appreciate Ms. Bess, who is my inviter. I appreciate Dizzy. I want to be Dizzy when I grow up and just walk into a place and have people say, you know, your energy is what I want. What are you doing? Just come on. I believe that for myself. So I am aspiring to get there. And thank you guys for helping me.
Bless. And thank you for acknowledging that, the gap, and being willing to look into that and find out what that is. And also, you know, past failures are actually past experiences. All right.
Yeah.
So, you know, if your association to failure is heavy, you can shift it to past experiences, or just acknowledge that failure is not like how people often relate to failure as a bad thing. It's actually part of the journey. It's perfect. Your past brought you here. So acknowledge it, love it, own it, and say, wow, thank goodness I tried all of those things that didn't get me where I wanted them to get me, but they got me here.
Amen.
Preparation.
Thank you.
All right. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you. And oftentimes when you want to speak to people as well, that where you notice that, confess it. Latanya, you know what? I shared that health link with you yesterday, and I just got thinking afterwards, there's so much more I want to share with you, but there's a gap between me and you that I've created, and I don't want that gap to be there.
Okay.
I've got this thing going on that if I share with you really freely and what I'm really up to, that can really make a difference and impact. You might judge me, you might have an opinion about it, whatever it might be, and that's my stuff, and I'm kind of passing it on to you.
Yes. That is so true. Yes, that's there and in the background.
Yeah. Freeze it up. Just say it. Let them know. Say, look, I haven't brought this to you because I've got my own nonsense going on about it. Fact of the matter is, I want to share this with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Paul, hi, champ.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. It was so valuable for me. Interestingly enough, today I did some research on another thing that was network marketing. And from this thing, I know 100% that it's not a scam. And the same sites who write about hyperverse is a scam wrote about this being a scam.
Yeah.
So they gave me a lot of trust about this part, but I still have a lot of embarrassment calling out the industry, calling it out. And from people that I know that spoke about network marketing, they don't like it and they think, oh, it's just selling. The people that hang around me every day, they don't know what I do. They don't know that I make way more money than them, and I'm still quite embarrassed.
Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Like, you're excelling, you're doing better, you're on higher ground, and still you judge yourself because of their thinking. Isn't it amazing how we do that?
It's amazing.
Thank you for noticing that, and let's watch you grow through that, right?
Getting better every day.
Own it. Own your success. Own your power, and become the best version of yourself. Well done. Rob, how you doing, champ? Go ahead and unmute.
Hey, I'm doing good, Kalpesh. Hey, thank you so much for what you shared today. It's very inspiring.
Thank you.
I think we all get inspired with everything that you teach us.
Yes.
Yeah, reminds me of the that acronym, KISS acronym.
Yeah.
Keep it silly, or keep it simple, silly.
Yep.
And one of my family members who knows that I'm in this asked me the other day, like, so how's this little thing going that you're in? And he knows what I started with, and I told him what I'm at right now, and he's like, "Oh, cool." Well, I hope 2 years from now I don't regret not jumping into this thing. I'm too scared to do it, he said.
Wow.
And I think what stops us from sharing so much is the things that get in our heads, like you said. Fear of rejection is probably one for me.
Mm-hmm.
And try to dissociate that from the opportunity. And if someone says no to the opportunity, they're not saying no to me.
Wonderful.
And it's freeing me up to share more and more.
Good.
So,
well done.
Yeah.
And just on that interaction, thanks for sharing that interaction, by the way. On that interaction, when somebody says to you that I hope I don't regret it in a couple of years' time and I'm too scared, what was your response to that? What did you say?
So I kind of just let him talk and give him his opinion, and I just kind of left it.
You left it there, right?
For another time that we bring it up. So
yeah. And so again, that's part of that. Can you see? Like, I don't know what was going on, but you stopped.
Yeah.
And for me, what I see there is a huge opening, but for you, you missed the opening. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
So this is the gap. So here's the opening that I saw as you were sharing that. I'm too scared. For me, that's a buying signal. What they want to hear in that moment is something along the lines of, listen, I get fear. If I can help you understand it better so you can overcome your fear, would it be worth a sit down?
Yeah.
It's like a cry for help almost, right? He's given you, he's exposed himself. So, hey, listen, I hope I don't regret it in a couple of years, which is already, that's already his train of thought. And he's saying, I'm just too scared to do it. Hey, listen, let me free you up of that. It's normal. Most people are too scared to try anything, right? Let's have a sit down. Let's have a coffee. If I can help you overcome the fear, maybe I might not be able to, but if I can, let's have a go. Did you see that?
Yeah, I just have to be better at recognizing those opportunities in the moment.
And you will.
I thought about that afterwards. And
right, there you go. Perfect. Well, that's perfect then, because that means that your mind is already not here and now, but at least it's catching up. And then the name of the game is to spot it in the moment, but you're now spotting it after, which is already progress. A lot of people don't even spot it. So the fact that you're spotting it after the fact is brilliant. Just close that gap so that you're able to spot it in the moment and just comfortably say, hey, look, do you know what, Rob? Loads of people are scared of doing things that are different. Why don't we have a sit down? Let's have a chat and see if I can help you overcome the fear. As simple as that. Cool?
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Love
Awesome.
it. That's just amazing, man. Lovely. Tasfal, how are you, brother? Mr. V5 in the house. What's going on?
Hey, Kalpesh, thank you so much. Man, I just want to say thank you. I don't know if we all know that, how lucky enough we are to have you since the beginning and now. Believe me, remember some years ago, we used to buy the tape motivational speakers, like a CD, whatever, put on our car, listening. We used to buy those things. Now Kalpesh is here giving us for free. One of my brothers was saying earlier, you see, this is something amazing. And I would like to thank you so much, and on behalf of everyone and my team especially. And also, I like everything you said, and one word I want to add into it. You said leader is not better than others, but know better than others. No more than better than others. We agree on that, right? But how do leaders know better than others? Because they believe in themselves. They believe in things they're doing it. They believe in the process and they commit.
Yeah.
That's why they become leader. But leader not better than others. But we have to believe in us, believe in things we're doing, believe the process, and commit. Never quit. Quitter never win, winner never quit. So really, I thank you, Kalpesh, for everything you said. And Disney said, I mean, we are lucky to hear from these all great leaders. Disney said one of his car service, whatever, he want to do whatever Disney do. I know anybody can observe the way you talk, the way you work, the way you do everything when you're somewhere.
Yeah.
That's why you see that guy read Disney, who Disney is now, because you know the way he talk, he know everything.
Yeah.
That's what we need to become. We need to learn from these all great leaders. I want to thank you, and then God bless you, Kalpesh, as always.
Thank you.
And everyone.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. And
thank you, Matthew. Matthew, brothers out there. Good to see you.
Thank you, brother. Matthew, you're up next, buddy. Go ahead and unmute.
Hey, how you doing, brother KP?
Amazing,
I'm gonna call you
thank
KP,
you.
man, because I don't want to mess your name up. I've been watching for a few weeks now, and you're a hard guy to get a hold of, you know, when you're trying to get on here from the Zoom. So, but what I wrote down is well, first of all, I want to say my condolences to you and your family. I wanted to say that to you last week, and I couldn't get on. But I wanted to start off with that first. Secondly, I want to thank you for just being transparent, really for me, because you said we in the MLN, and hey, I don't know what that was until today, you know, but you know, hey, I'm already here, so I'm learning, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, thank you for clearing that up.
Beautiful.
But I really love how transparent you are. You know, I say that because I've seen you do Zoom in the mall. I've seen you do a Zoom in the car, in your car. I've seen you do a Zoom after a funeral. And those are all things that I'm dealing with as being a new leader, trying to help my team out. And that's how to juggle the time. And one thing I have learned from you and that I heard from you is make sure that we do what we need to do as far as having things that are uncompromised. And I've been finding myself trying to compromise, canceling a meeting to go do what I need to do, but that won't help me in the long run. I'm not trying to hold up a lot of your time, so I'm going to pass by that, but I thank you for that. Also, thank you for Dizzy. I was listening to Disney when he had to speak, and I love that what they're showing us as a team, as a group here, that how transparent you are to us, meaning how you teach one, lead one, and that helps him to help others. And not only does it help him, but it helps us to help we believe that we can do it ourselves. And that just, you know, helps us. Well, helps me being a young man and being in something like this for my first time ever in my life. This is, I mean, I've never been in nothing like this. I'm very uncomfortable, but I don't mind going out seeking and falling face first, because I've learned to fall forward other than fall back and not even trying. So I appreciate you by being that. I've been hearing a lot of people saying, you know, like the young man who was speaking before me, how he had the opportunity and he didn't take the opportunity. I tell my team a lot of time, we need to learn how to be vulnerable. Meaning we need to learn how to accept criticism and learn how to just be open and to speak, because you might be sitting at the bus stop and you don't roll by with this person for 6 weeks, but you never spoke to them because you don't know how to be open. You don't know how to be vulnerable. So when we're doing this, when I'm learning, we need to learn how to be vulnerable and just be open. You know, just because they might say no or yes, just be open to even just say it to them. Yeah. And then my last thing that I wrote down is, what you see in them, they may not see in you. And I say that because it's hard for me to invite people in that people know of my past. I'm a past drug dealer. You know, I'm reformed. I don't do that no longer. But with me doing this, only thing people could think of is what I used to do. So I'm having a hard time of putting my deposits, which are what another leader has taught me is putting deposit in people. What great deposit have you put into someone for you to think or you to receive something back from them? And if you have not put in good deposits into them, then what do you expect for them to give to you because you haven't put any great deposits into them? So I'm learning to give to people and help people other than take and do what I used to do. So I'm just learning a lot from you, man. I appreciate you. I mean, the whole team is great. I love that I'm part of this family. From Mario, Dizzy, Suzanne, UKP, Keith Williams, all of y'all are great people, man. And I really enjoy what I hear from y'all. Y'all are really truly helping me a lot. I'm thankful. I'm just very thankful. And I'm very appreciative. So thank you. And Tesfai the man. Tesfai is the dude who brought me into this a year and a half ago. I met Tesfai this summer here in Dallas, Texas. And man, he's a great guy, so I know I'm in the right place. So, like I said, I'm willing to fall on my face if that's what I have to do. But I am learning from you to stay and not compromise things. Just stay on the path because I got deterred because I had somebody to say, hey, I don't need your help and stuff like that. But I realized that person might not need my help, but there's 100 other people that might need my help. So I can't just stop just because of one person. So thank you, sir.
Wow, Matthew, thank you for being vulnerable yourself. You've moved me big time, just so you know, you've made a massive difference and contribution to me. And wow, for you to just show up this is the first time you're doing this and how you've shown up for me in this conversation, you are a natural V5. Like, I'm just listening to the way that you are communicating. That alone, your power is very, very present to me. And for you to own your space, own your past, own your present, and create your future in this conversation, I want to be a part of all of that. I'm super excited. And I can't wait to see what I feel you're capable of happen. So, wow, thank you. Really humbled. What a beautiful soul. Your spirit speaks loudly.
Thank you so much.
Your spirit speaks loudly, man. Wow, thank you. Amazing. Whew, George. How are you, buddy? Goodness, what time is it over there today? 3, 4?
Mate, how you going?
Hey, amazing. Thanks, buddy.
You got me? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's 4:45 here now. I've driven 100 kilometers while I've been listening to Nuts and Bolts. I'm off on a jet ski trip, which is pretty cool. We're going to my second most favorite place in Australia to go jet skiing today, which is the 12 Apostles. But anyway, it's cool.
Oh, I've been there. Stunning, with all the rocks in the sea, right?
Mate, again, continually thank you for everything you keep teaching. Yeah. So we're going to do that from the sea. We go around them on the jet skis. Wow. That's so much fun. Beautiful. And again, thanks for so much of your training that you keep doing. And really interesting with contacting people or approaching people, people still need to understand that it's an 80-20 rule, right? Or 20-80 rule even, because it's only 20% of the people you talk to are actually going to fire up and go. But that means that 80% of the people are going to do nothing. And you've got to be good with that. And yes. I'm fine with it because, and particularly with this business, and I keep saying that this business, I reckon, is restored. Because if you do the work in this one, the results are so good that, again, and knowing that you've got the cookie, rather than when you're talking to any individual, it could be life-changing for that individual. But that individual is not going to be life-changing for you. So it doesn't matter. And if they don't see it, they don't see it. But by mucking around or by joining the people that do see it, it is so good. And yesterday I had a couple of different experiences. One of my downline, she was a bit challenged with this. And so I got her to practice the contact with me. And it was so clear that she was telling the person too much up front rather than finding out about the person and what the person needed. So we coached through that, and she goes, oh, it's a lot simpler than I was making it. I go, absolutely. And then again, 2 more stories about your Bitcoin shirts. I had my car service yesterday, sitting in there, and I did a Zoom with my sister to set her up with HVT while I was there. And the guy sitting at the table next to me at the car service says, what, so you're into Bitcoin, eh? I said, well, that's what the shirt it says. Yes. He goes, oh, he says, I'm a rep for a superannuation stuff, and we show people pretty good returns. I said, but do you show people 4 times in 44 months? He goes, shit, that's a lot better than we're helping people do. Can I have your information? So I gave him my things. I said, look, I'm busy. I'm not going to follow you up. If you want this, you've got to call me. I said, because I've got so much going on at the moment. He goes, so you're not going to chase me? I go, nah, I'm not interested. Don't need to chase you. I've got the cookie. He goes, oh. And then in the shopping centre I went into, there's a guy doing recruiting for a cancer research. He was doing fundraising for cancer research. And he says, oh, you're doing Bitcoin? I go, yeah. He says, oh, I missed the boat. I said, you haven't missed the boat, mate. It's only just getting started. He says, oh, so how do I get going? I said, here's my number. You text me when you're ready to find out some information. I said, again, I'm busy. I'm not chasing you. And it is so cool to have the posture.
Love it.
To not chase people anymore. Man, this is so much about restoring credibility. I absolutely love it.
Wow.
Man,
amazing.
Keep up the good work. Love all your efforts, and I love being part of the team.
Thank you, George. And we love having you as part of the team as well. And your servant leadership, your commitment is always outstanding and appreciated. Thank you so much. Glenn, how are you, champ?
Hey, Kalpesh. What?
Hey.
I'm just vibrating here. This is one of the best ones ever, man. Like, I don't know how you do it. I got my, what is it?
Oh, the vitamin K.
Vitamin K today, baby. I also got a little dose of vitamin D with Dizzy. So, yeah, the takeaway for me is forgive yourself and eliminate the noise. So, wonderful. I want to give time for other people. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart. You guys, you're coast to coast in Canada, baby.
Wow. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Glenn. Lovely. And I can't wait to see you when I come to Canada, hopefully in the next few months. Very, very cool. Then we've got Manifesto. Hey, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Kalpesh. Hey, man, finally, I get to speak to you, man. You're so amazing. I honestly, I listen every week. This is, for me, this is huge because one, it does so much for my confidence. Because, I always just wait and listen and without sharing, because, a lot of what you spoke on today is me. I mean, I took so many nuggets like everybody else is saying. And let me back up a second and say first, my condolences to you and your family. Okay. But so many notes and nuggets, everything you said was me. I mean, literally, the fear, the ego, the judgments, man, I've done them all. And I think that's, I've been in since September of 21, just passively and wanting to do more, but just having that fear. And I think some of that has to do, like what so many other callers have said, I have been in some past network marketing and I've just always failed, and I kind of let that become a part of me. Like as I know this is a good opportunity, and I think that's why I bid on my on my upline. You know, when they shared it, I mean, I could see the goodness of it, but then I had this, you know, in me, like, well, you know, you try, but you never make it. You know, you never even made a dollar almost from this, you know, and passively, I've blown away anything I've ever done on anything that I've ever committed myself to. And speaking of commitment, those are some of the same nuggets I'm getting from you. That, you know, where is my commitment really? You know, and I just so many things. So I just, first of all, want to say just thank you so much for your teaching. It truly is. I mean, it truly is. I mean, it's so worthwhile, and it's like you have this. It's something, you know, you can understand people, understand minds, understand what we go through here, and it's like you're on a dime. You know, every single thing that you say, it's like dimes out. You know, we say we throw these dimes out, and it's like you throw these dimes out, and Dizzy said, you know, as far as always delivering, you know what I mean? And way more than twice too, by the way. You deliver consistently. All of you are just a blessing to me. And I am looking at this from all of my negatives here that I've been allowing to be a part of my life for so long. I'm making a commitment today to get with my upline, who's awesome. They're V4s, you know. So it's not like I don't got great upline, you know. It's just, again, how I've been reflecting myself. Yes. And it's just time, you know. I appreciate you, Keith, Brenda. Just, you guys are so awesome, and I'm ready to really just take it up a notch, you know, and get on here and speak and stop being scary. You know, you guys are awesome, and I'm grateful that you even allowed me to get on here and speak. I truly am.
Wow, thank you. And you have no idea how many you've impacted just by coming up and sharing today and being vulnerable and real. And I love it. I'm looking forward to your participation and coming on the journey with us. Really, thank you so much. Welcome to the family, buddy.
Thank you, Kalpesh. Thank you so much.
Love it. And make sure you let go of some of that stuff, right?
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, it's starting now.
Your greatness shine, man. I'm in.
Yes, indeed.
Well done. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sipo, how are you, champ? What's going on? Long time.
Long time indeed. I'm good, my brother. And how are you?
Amazing.
You know, today at some point you played with 4 C's. You said, as a leader, become congruent, cognizant, comfortable, courageous. I think this is very important, especially at this point in time. Earlier on during the day, one of my guys came frustrated about some stuff, insulting, and I looked at him. And immediately I said to him, I am so excited. Are you aware that tomorrow I'll be collecting a brand new beast from one of the local dealerships? He was like, are you serious? Are you changing this one? I said, no, I'm keeping it. And I was like, are you sure? Why are you so comfortable? Now, as a leader, he spotted that I am comfortable. Then my response was this. It's because I am following leaders who are believing in the leadership, management. I am following leaders who are believing in the concept. It's because I am a leader. We have seen what the company has achieved, what they've done. It's because I've got quite a number of leaders under me who seem to be so comfortable, powerful, excited, at times even more than myself. That is why I am so comfortable. And just by that response, those missiles of attack, negativity, just with that one basket of water, I managed to shut them down. I just want to say to whoever person who's here today on the call that, guys, we must step up indeed into a leadership position. When you are a leader, when the house is burning, you don't scream as well and get frustrated with all other people, but as a leader, you are able to give direction and show people the safe exit and all that, because you yourself, you've got calmness of mind. That's what you need all the time. I think network marketing is the best industry ever, where everyone from zero is able to rise to hero and develop himself to a point of becoming that top respected manager who is able to lead the entire team to the right direction. These are exciting times, and thank you, Kalpesh. You've been here from day one, especially for us who are following you. We have seen you when we came on board. You are still here. Why should I panic? Why should I?
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Amazing and really lovely to have you come on today. It's been a while. Oh, look who we've got in the house. Oh my, I was just going to round it up. I can't round it up without bringing the V5s, can I? Come on now. Sharon, how are you, lovely? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, hi, Kalpesh.
Hey.
I'm just at the farm. Hold on, I've got loads of dogs after me.
Oh, bless you.
God.
Go and get yourself organized. I'll listen to Steve very quickly.
Oh,
you do that and I'll get
can you
Steve
hear
on very
me?
quickly.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I'll bring you back in a sec.
Sorry.
I'll bring you back in a sec. Steve?
I've lost my signal, haven't I?
1 second. Let me just do this first. And then Steve,
Have
go for it. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Steve.
Yeah.
Sharon, I'll come back to you in a second. Get yourself organized.
See you in a minute, Sharon. Hello, Kalpesh.
Hey.
Just wanted to say what an incredible call. The community, it's like, it's 6:30 all over again. Do you know what I mean? And I just wanted to say, it is the community. It's just so strong. So many amazing people. The people today that are relatively new to this business. Matthew also really inspired me. The gentleman that was just talking a minute ago, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I tried to keep up with everybody, but he was inside the truck and he was saying about just incredible. And you just see this magic in all of these people, and seeing Dizzy and Sue, and more than anything, Calps, I just wanted to say to you, thanks, like everyone said, but it's so true. You're just invincible, mate. You're just here, a beacon of light, and we are the peaceful warriors, in a world of chaos. Just going to move forward. And there's, like Sifo said as well, another legend. Great to see you, Sifo. There's so much noise out there at the moment, and it's like you choose where you're at. And for me, it's just been an incredible growing experience. And I just wanted to say, we're still changing lives. We're still changing lives. And it's not about just, I'm blessed to have been able to make it to V5, with your incredible leadership, Kalpesh, and the inspiration of people like Sue and Dizzy. But the thing is, that's not the destination, and ultimately, regardless of rank, still changing lives. And it's just embracing that change to realize that in order for something beautiful to really flourish and to become possible, things have to change. Because if things didn't change, things would just stop, So it's like, encourage people to have an open mind, realize that right now things might not be the way that your ego want them to be, but maybe it's bigger than your ego. Maybe it's bigger than our ego. Maybe the plan's bigger than us, and just embrace change and be grateful for the journey so far and get excited about the future, So I just wanted to say massive love, Kalpesh. Thank you for being you. And
thank you.
Incredible call. Thank you, bro.
Oh, thank you, Steve. Much love.
Big love.
Thank you. Bless. And Sharon, have we run away from the dogs? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello. God, I'm telling you, there was 5 dogs. Do you know what? Brilliant, Kalpesh. I've been thrown in and out so many times today, but I kept having to jump back in and listening. Fantastic, mate. Loved it. And you talk about belief and believing in yourself. I have just been sat on these, where the horses go jumping, and we've got a young girl. She's only 10. That's loaning our pony that my daughter's finally given her up after 7 years and passed her on to a little girl. And I'm watching her jump big jumps.
Wow.
And I'm sat there going, heart in my mouth going, please jump over it, Quest. Please don't let her fall off. But do you know the little girl never falters? She just goes for it. She's only 10.
Wow.
And I look and I think, when you were talking about the belief and everything, and I was like watching this little girl, her face never changed because she believes that she can jump the jump. So if let me tell you guys, when you are jumping horses, if that horse senses any fear, that horse ain't jumping, and I'm sat there. I had more fear for her because I don't, I'm thinking she's only 10. I don't want her falling off. The little girl is flying through these jumps. And I'm like, that again, we need to find the child in us again, Yes. We need to have that belief in us. And let me tell you guys, noise is dangerous. Noise is dangerous. And, I always say, people, are we, we're moving forward. I'm excited. Are we frustrated at times? Of course we are. But we need to find something that can fill our time, guys.
Yes.
And educate yourself. And I've been trying to educate myself a little bit more, just to help myself a little bit more when it comes to the metaverse. I'm moving into there. What are we going to do when we go in there? And we're like, oh gosh, we need to learn this now. Or we don't need to learn, but you know what I'm saying. We're going to be guided, aren't we? But I loved the story of that guy. I hope he doesn't mind me repeating it. But honestly, I was really inspired, that his past wasn't so colourful.
Yeah.
Or his past was colourful.
I was going to say it was quite colourful.
was
painting outside the lines.
Yeah, he was painted outside the lines. But you know what? I've always said that, I would love to have the colourful past people in my business because they're entrepreneurs and all they're doing is chasing an opportunity. Yeah. Maybe it's on the wrong side, but I think it's great.
Do you know what? And that for me, he reminded me. I got moved and touched because it reminded me when I got into this industry 27 years ago, and I remember it's about 2 years in, and I got into a group of young kids in their 20s. And they were all in that space. And we had this domino effect of they were able to channel their energy from doing something that could get them into trouble into doing something that would keep them out of trouble, but produce the same kind of result. And it was just magical to be able to, and I was like, wow, like you could see that fundamentally the goodness in their heart was there, the frustration of the system, that they couldn't get where they wanted to get in the normal world, and suddenly this was like an outlet and access to them. Oh wow, we can do what we thought we couldn't do,
honestly,
legitimately. Bang. And it's just a beautiful thing.
I know.
I
agree, and I think colourful, people who choose the colourful path in life, if we can tap into that side of it, they can see the magic here. And it's all about entrepreneurship, isn't it? So I'm excited, mate. Thank you very much for doing these every Tuesday and Thursday for our community. We had a magnificent powwow last night. I loved it. I just love hanging around with people. I believe Dizzy did a call with one of our community for a powwow, forging links with Paul and Kirsten. So well done, Dizzy. Thank you very much, my friend. It was very, very kind of you. So we're excited, mate. Keep trucking forward. Make this happen. Move forward. Let's get there and cross this finish line together. Boom. So, I had to share a story with you.
Oh, God.
I have to share a story with you because
we've gone way over our time.
Scott Caparel. Sorry. Scott Caparel messaged me today. He was so excited. They did the Hyper Cafe that they have everybody on, and one of their, this guy hit VIP I don't know, 2 in like magic time. Remember the guy I was telling you about, the Richard guy?
Yeah.
Well, somebody came in his shop, asked him about a product. He got talking about Hyperverse. The guy already had crypto, so he signed up there and then. He texted his mate on the way home from the shop, say within, I don't know how long, maybe an hour, half an hour, he'd already brought 3 people in.
Oh, come on. Sharon, can it really be, can it be that easy?
Well, that's what he did. That's what he did.
Wow.
And he brought, I mean, how long's that taken? Maybe an hour, 2? I don't know.
Wow.
Apparently, and he's got the next 2 coming in.
Look
So I'm actually intrigued to know whether this guy signed up today, had some crypto, got started there and then, on his way home, literally spoke to 3 people or whatever. They actually signed up, got started, and then there's another 2. So I'm like, guys, I think we just need to say to people, look, we've got an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
It's in the crypto space. Just get started.
Boom. Nice and easy.
I think that's the simplest way.
Sharon, thank you for sharing that
Anyway,
amazing
I
story.
think it's me again.
Yep, your
See-
internet is a little bit choppy,
Yeah.
but yeah, beautiful story. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that. What a great way to round up the call. It is nuts and bolts. It's Tuesday night. We'll be back here